Moon. Hello and welcome to the weekly crypto review. This week has been quite interesting. Really interesting, actually. Let's go ahead and go to the charts. First off, of course, down in the description, there's a link to the Brave browser. If you download it and use it for 30 days, you get a browser that is crypto enabled and gets you rewards for looking at advertisements. I get a little bit of BAT. So what do we got? What a beautiful green candle. Weirdly, last week I was talking about how this candle was a doji, and typically on a Friday when I record my video, if it's a doji, I get a nice long big candle by Sunday. Well, this last week we ended up with a doji, which typically is a reversal signal, especially at the end of a trend. Well, I suppose if you go starting from here, but we had a downturn here, so that explains why this was not, probably not a reversal signal. We still could have a reverse this week or next, but it's looking good. We're at almost $13,000 per Bitcoin, and again, this purple line at 13.5 is where we're going to find resistance. That's just how it is. I suspect we're going to bounce a little bit. I mean, we already are. We look at this on a daily chart. Came up here a couple of days ago. We've bounced around a little bit. We still really haven't touched 13.5, but we're close. So we'll see how this goes. We could spend a few days, a couple of weeks even, around 13.5. Not a problem, really. And let's face it, we're going up. We were going up when the stock market was going down. Have we decoupled from the Dow and the S&P? Possibly. Time will tell. But at this point, I'm looking at things like the MACD, and we've got this nice bright green right down here, indicating we're going up. Our lines have crossed, so we're that's good. We are pretty high on the RSI. We're at 61.77. Is that right? I'm sorry, 69.28. I got to remember to move my cursor out of the way. So yeah, we're climbing. We're not quite up to that 70, but we're close. Getting into oversold territory. That could indicate a drop soon. We'll find out. The other thing is that if we hang around this 13.5 level for a few days or a couple of weeks, what will happen is the RSI will settle down back towards the middle, down towards 50, and we can then continue back on up. That's how this whole area of accumulation happens, is the RSI drops down. And as you can see, I mean, we were oversold here, or nearly oversold up here at the top, and then we hung around. We dropped this week, but we hung around going nearly flat. And same thing with these. We climbed through here, and then as we consolidated, the RSI started to drop a little bit. So we're good. If we can get out of this week up here, then this 11.5 will become support, and I think we'll be good. What else we got? Well, let's take a look here. Data on the weekly chart. We have gone up above this line of resistance. We have made it, and as you can see, the last 2 weeks, we have made that resistance support. So at, what is that line? That line is at 9 cents, just under 10 cents. We've got support. We're not doing a whole lot. We're showing dojis. Okay, possibly spinning tops, but not a whole lot. We're just sort of hanging out. Again, we'll take what we can. Next real point of resistance is up here at 12 cents, and we'll see what happens when we get there. Here, we'll go on down to Chainlink, which is right there. And again, I think we're going to look at this on the daily. Just not a whole lot to see on the weekly. On the daily, Here we go. So, oh, these are my. So yeah, we bounced off of this one moving average, which is part of my bubble pop indicator. Bounced way up, and now we're showing a doji for today. We could drop down a little bit, but again, we're in an upward trend. We are definitely going on up, as opposed, higher lows, higher highs. This is the way this is the way the system works. And so as long as we continue to work our way up, we're in good shape. Really, this week is, so far, sunshine and roses. This is the kind of week that everybody waits for. This is what everybody looks forward to in crypto, is watching the values rise up. I know that my personal portfolio is almost up to its all-time high, and that's great. That's fantastic. Looking forward to seeing it go further. Will Bitcoin get up to, go back to Bitcoin real quick. Will Bitcoin get up to, boy, we really pulled in there, didn't we? Up to 20,000 by the end of the year? I don't know. It could. I don't think it will. I think what will happen is that we will rise and consolidate, we'll drop a little bit, rise and consolidate. I think that we're going to, we're on that roller coaster. We're slowly working our way up that first hill. And this is the ride everybody has been waiting for. This is the beginning of that ride. So yeah, absolutely. I think we're going to find that we are doing well. Everything is in place. And at this point, and I have to say, not investment advice, but at this point, I think that holding and letting it ride is all that has to be done. I mean, if you want to add more to it, fine, but yeah, hold and ride. That's, at this point, that's really what we're looking for as time goes on. And certainly this time next year is when I'm going to start looking at, okay, where are we at, and how close to getting out am I? But this time next year, I expect to be, I would like to see it this time next year. I won't be surprised to see Bitcoin up at $70, $80, $100,000 per Bitcoin. I really won't. Because I also, well, yeah, we're getting close to November. The last 8 weeks or so, 6 or 8 weeks of the year is where I expect everything to go parabolic. And I think we'll end up where we are at this point next year. I think we'll end up tripling or quadrupling that price before we hit top, at which point we're going to hit top and immediately drop again. So we're going to have to keep an eye out, but that's a year from now. Anyway, that's what I had for you. Short video this week because there really isn't anything to discuss. Things are looking good. The IMF is talking about a central bank digital currency, as is the Fed and the Bank of Japan and a bunch of others. China's already introduced it. That's something we need to think about and talk about, simply because it's not a cryptocurrency, and there are going to be people who are going to be confused by it. They're going to assume that it is, and we need to be, those of us who are aware and understand the differences are going to have to be ready to explain to our parents and our siblings and our friends, co-workers, the differences. Why isn't a central bank digital currency a cryptocurrency? Other than that, that's still months or a year or two off, but things to keep an eye on. But that's all I've got for you. So until next time, remember, don't trust, verify.